Okay, we're going live, and I am starting the recording.
We have to actually wait for the mayor. Do you know if he's coming, Frank?
Last I knew, he was coming. Yeah, we got about a minute or so. I just wanted to get the stream up and running and make sure that's all going, and we'll go on from there once we're ready to go.
Okay, we're gonna actually get started. I see that the mayor has joined us, and so
Yes.
he will start it with just the welcome.
Yes, I do just want to take a very brief moment to welcome everybody. This is very important work. It's great funding that we're getting, and it's really designed to help the most needy people in Erie. And I appreciate the work that all of you that are here do to help those people. And without any further ado, let me turn it back over to Deborah. Deb.
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. My name is Deborah Smith. I am the Director for the Department of Economic and Community Development. Today we have on our panel, you just heard from the mayor. We also have Dave Dieter, who is the Assistant Director for the department, and Veronica Fields, who is the Grant Administrator. And so back in 2020, the City of Erie Department of Economic and Community Development prepared the 5-year consolidated plan in 2020. This plan was for the period of fiscal year 2020 through fiscal year 2024. There were a number of public hearings held, there were stakeholder meetings, there were focus group meetings, there were surveys that went out and were completed. We gathered all of this information to find out what the needs of the community were. Out of the information that we gathered, the following 6 priorities and subsequent goals and strategies were identified for the City of Erie for the period of fiscal year 2020 through fiscal year 2024 for Community Development Block Grant, which is CDBG program, Home Investment Partnership, Home Program, and Emergency Solutions. These priorities are as followed. Housing priority. There's a need to improve the quality of the housing stock in the community by increasing the amount of decent, safe, sound, and accessible housing for homeowners, renters, and home buyers that is affordable to low and moderate income persons and families. And the goals and strategies are housing rehabilitation, rental rehabilitation, housing construction, fair housing, home ownership, public housing. B is homeless priority. There's a need for housing and support services for homeless persons and persons who are at risk of becoming homeless. And the goals and strategies are continuum of care, operation and support, prevention and housing, permanent housing. C was other special needs priority. There is a continual need for affordable housing, services, and facilities for persons with special needs and the disabled. And the goals and strategies are housing, social services, accessibility. The community, development priority. There's a need to improve the public and community facilities, infrastructure, public services, and the quality of life for all residents in the community. And the goals and strategies are community facilities, infrastructure, public services, accessibility, public safety, code enforcement, clearance, revitalization, historical preservation. E was economic development priority. There's a need to increase employment, self-sufficiency, education, job training, technical assistance, and economic empowerment of low and moderate residents in the community. And the goals and strategies are employment, financial assistance, redevelopment program, financial incentives. F was administration, planning, and management. There is a continual need for planning, administration, management, and oversight of federal, state, and local funded programs. And now I'll turn it over to Dave Dieter, who will give you information on anticipated funding amounts for fiscal year 2021 for Community Development Block Grant, Home Investment Partnership, Emergency Solutions, as well as projected use of funds for CDBG, ESG, and Home.
Thank you, Deborah. On or about May 13th of this year, the city will be on schedule to submit its fiscal year 2021 annual plan statement describing the intended uses of the following resources made available through the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. Just earlier today, we did receive notice from the HUD Pittsburgh office that the following allocations have been made for fiscal year 2021. So for the Community Development Block Grant, or CDBG program, the amount of the allocation is $3,164,753. For the Home Investment Partnership, or HOME program, the amount of the allocation is $809,159. And for the Emergency Solutions, or ESG program, the amount of the allocation is $270,566. In addition to the above estimated funding resources, the city will identify and include anticipated or received program income from CDBG funded activities, as well as reprogrammed funds from prior fiscal years. As for the projected use of funds, we do not have specific budgeted amounts because of the late notice of the funding availability, which, as I said earlier, just came through today. So I will discuss the categories that we typically fund for CDBG, Home, and ESG. Within the CDBG program, public facilities and improvements, which could include handicap curb cuts, streets resurfacing, and city demolition. The other category is public service. In this category, we typically will fund summer recreation programs, as well as human resources for community centers, neighborhood centers, to assist them with administration and operation support. The other category is housing rehabilitation. Typically, it's the Erie Redevelopment Authority carrying out housing rehabilitation activities. We also fund code enforcement, special economic development, and commercial or industrial rehabilitation. And finally, within CDBG, we do fund general administration, which is the operations support for our department. And that is limited to a 20% cap. As for the home program, the activities we typically fund are home buyer, owner-occupied housing rehabilitation, new construction or rehab activities for affordable rental units, community housing development organization operation costs, as well as administration. Within the Emergency Solutions Grant, we typically fund the operations for emergency shelters, operations for transitional shelters, as well as rapid rehousing. This is targeted for home households at risk of homelessness. The allocations in the Emergency Solutions Grant is a formula based on the number of bed nights available and provided from the prior year. And again, once we have the opportunity to apply that formula to our allocation, we will generate those numbers. So that concludes my presentation. I will send it back to to Veronica, to discuss the schedule for the preparation, adoption, and submission of the 2021 annual plan. Veronica?
Thanks, Dave. Good evening, everybody. Notice was published in the classified section of the Erie Times on Tuesday, February 16th, 2021, announcing the first public needs and input hearing, which is to be held Monday, March the 1st, 2021 at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Notice will be published again on March 15th, 2021, announcing the second public hearing, which is being held on April the 5th, 2021 at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Citizens will be provided an opportunity to present their views on housing and non-housing community development needs, and to comment on the priorities and level of funding assigned by the City of Erie in addressing the needs as contained in the HUD 5-year consolidated plan. Critical dates: December 1st, 2020 to January 29th, 2021. Solicitation of proposals, applications available beginning December 1st, 2020. January 29th, 2021, applications are due. February 1st through the 7th, 2021, review of applications. February 8th through the 19th, 2021, presentations for CDBG projects. February 16th, 2021, published notice for first public hearing. February 25th, 2021, study session with City Council. March the 1st, 2021, first public hearing, citizen input hearings at 10 a.m. and again at 6 p.m. March 15th, 2021, published second annual plan, project use of funds, advertised for required 30-day period, public comment period, ending April 15th, 2021. Second public hearing date will be advertised for April the 5th, 2021. April the 5th, 2021, second public hearing, citizen input, hearings at both 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. April or May 2021, council authorization to submit second annual plan to HUD. May 13th, 2021, second annual plan submitted to HUD for required 45-day period ending June 27th, 2021. June 2nd and June 16th, 2021, council appropriation and authorization to enter into contract with subrecipients. And lastly, June 1st, 2021, program year begins. Thank you. I'll give it back to Deborah.
Thank you, Veronica. Now we'll have ground rules for providing public comment. So at this time, we will take public comments from anyone who would like to speak. We ask that you raise your hand to be acknowledged. Please state your name and your agency's name. You will have 5 minutes to provide comment. So if anyone at this time would like to provide public comment, we ask that you do that now by raising your hand. Also, before Frank will let anyone in, just know that this is just taking comments. We will not respond to any comments. Thank you.
Thanks, Deb. First on the docket is Matthew White.
Hi guys, can you hear me okay? Hi, great. Thanks for your time, folks, and Mayor Schember, good to see you. Just wanted to pop in and say hello and also voice my support for the CDBG grant supporting the ambassador program from the EDP. Basically, this is a program that intends to hire a year's worth of 8 ambassadors that proactively combat homelessness in the downtown core. So to be clear, these aren't folks that just shoo homeless folks away. Rather, they're a visible presence in the city that's trained minimally in intervention technologies for drugs, for finding them places to sleep at night, for preventing crises that end up with police calls that's cost the city money and create dangerous encounters for vulnerable people in the downtown core. The EDP is currently addressing this through a few methods that I'll let them elaborate on sometime with you. I'm sure you're aware of at least some of these. But it's basically a targeted impact program that could allow folks employed by the city and employed inner city residents to work with people that live and that are very near and dear to them in terms of the folks that they run into that are unhomed on a daily basis. Basically, they plan on hiring 8 folks over the course of the next 12 months through the 16501 zip code, train them shortly after that, and then deploy them into the city as the weather warms up in order to work with businesses and with the unhomed population to find safe spaces, meals, and respite for folks that otherwise would be lingering in the downtown during the cold weather and during the pandemic, of course. Anyway, it was presented to me and it's something we're supporting through another initiative, but I just wanted to show up tonight and make it known through the grant program that this is a worthy effort, and I hope you guys will give it a strong look.
Thank you, Matthew.
Of course, thank you.
Yep, thank you, Matthew.
Okay, William Kohler. You raised your hand, you moved on me.
Hi, everyone. My name is Will Kohler. I am a community member living in Erie and owner of Journey to a Trauma-Informed Life. And I just wanted to introduce myself because this is the first time I am submitting an application for CBDG funds, and it would be under the public service domain to bring some trauma-informed, culturally competent, and LGBTQ competent services, mental health services to Erie's lower income and disenfranchised populations. So I've just enjoyed the process. It's been exciting to me as a kind of new member in the business world and contributing to public services. So I just wanted to say hi and thank you very much for these programs that you're offering. And I look forward to continuing to work collaboratively with the city, regardless of what method that is, to bring stronger mental health services to our members in our diverse community. Thank you.
Thank you, William.
Emily Fetko.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. I just wanted to voice a little bit about what the ambassador program at the Erie Downtown Partnership means to us and might look like. We are really excited to onboard this project. We believe that now is the perfect time to do this, to fill a real need in our city. I've talked to many of you about it, and the mayor, of course. But we're really looking to do something really special and unique that we think will make a difference from a revitalization standpoint, a social and economic impact standpoint, and really work to move our city forward. And I believe John, our CEO, is going to tell you a little bit more about that shortly. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily.
Leanna Hanfield.
Oh, sure. Hi, good evening. Leanne Hanfield from Beacon Communities. I was on this morning. I wasn't sure if it's helpful to just to be here for both, and I'm happy to speak.
Leanne, are you still with us, or did the dogs take over?
Sorry, guys. I was trying to move to a different room, so you didn't have to hear my dog say hello. Really sorry about that. That was Jasper. Anyway, I just wanted to say hello again and thank you to the mayor and to Deborah and to the team in consideration for our proposal at Richford Arms. We're very excited to work with the city and to work in this area of downtown, in need of this, transformative efforts that we're all undertaking. And we look forward to working to preserve Richford Arms as an affordable housing asset for the long term. So we thank you for having us.
Thank you, Leanne.
Lisa Clark.
Hi, I don't really have any comments. I'm kind of just here to observe and learn. So thank you.
All right, well, thank you, Lisa. And seeing no one else on, Deb, I believe that takes the public comment period to a close.
Thank you, Frank. Now we'll have closing comments from the mayor.
Thank you very much, Deb. Thanks for all the work that you and Dave and Veronica have done to put this together. I sat in on some of it, and I know it was a lot of work, and I really appreciate it. I also want to thank Emily, Leanne, Lisa, and Will for being here with us tonight and sharing your thoughts as well. You will be getting information as soon as possible, as soon as we know exactly how much we're getting and that sort of thing. But again, the work you're doing is very good work, and we really appreciate how you're helping those most in need in our community kind of take a step up to a better life. So thanks very much. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank everyone who came out to attend this first public hearing. Just a couple reminders that our draft plan will be on display on March 15th. It will be on the city's website, as well as an ad in the newspaper that will show the proposed projects that we look to fund for the fiscal year 2021. And I believe that's all we have for you today. So the next public hearing will be on April 5th. There will be one at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and information will be forthcoming for that. So thank you all for coming out tonight and enjoy the rest of your evening.